Hey, y'all. Hope that you're having a really great day, afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this particular video. So listen, y'all, before we get into it, I want to first start off by thanking every single person that has been subscribing to my YouTube channel, that has been liking the videos, that has been commenting, adding value, actually sending me messages to my email to ask questions. Shout out to every single one of you. You are the real MVPs out here, right? But yeah, so I definitely want to just give every single one of you a shout out because you're taking the time out of your day, out of your schedule to come here and listen to some of the things that I'm sharing, in particular pertaining to trading, investing in the cryptocurrency market, trading in the cryptocurrency market, as well as Forex, all of these things. I just want to shout out every single one of you. So today, what I'm going to ask you to do right now is, if you are rocking with me in any shape or form, I need you to like the video, okay? Make sure you give us a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up real quick. Also, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet and you've watched a few videos and you're like, okay, I can rock with her. She's making some sense. She's helping me understand some things. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and then also hit that notification bell too, so that way you know when I'm going live. You do those three things, I'm telling you, it's going to make your life that much easier to know what's going on with me. So we're going to get straight into it, y'all. As you can see right now, what I'm going to be doing is giving you 2 tips that's going to help, or has the potential to help, beginners trade in the foreign exchange market. I know I have that as a title, but y'all, this applies to the stock market. This applies to the cryptocurrency market as well. And if you're a person who likes to trade commodities or precious metals like myself, you know, your gold, silver, if you're into oil, whatever it is, all of these things, I'm actually sharing information that can go across each one of these global markets, okay? So get ready. I need you to run it back, play it back if need be, but we're going to get into it. So do me a favor as well. Put in the comments where you're watching this from. If you're watching a replay, give me a hashtag replay and then where you're watching it from. If you're watching this right now, as we speak, as I'm speaking, then go right now and give me a hashtag I'm here, live, and where you're watching me from, okay? So number one tip, and this is the question that I get more frequently outside of the average ones, like what can I trade, time, what's the better time to trade? Those questions are pretty normal. But one of the other questions that I get quite frequently is, what books can help me to increase my trading profits over time? And so what I tell every person that just starts out, especially just starting out in trading, or is considering learning this skill, I always suggest a book by a gentleman named Mark Douglas. It's called Trading in the Zone. Every single person that I personally know of that is successful in trading, and I'm talking about people who have taught me at some point, all of them have recommended this book. And so that's the reason why I honestly listen to it as many times as I have, because if you have people who have made millions of dollars trading and they're telling you, hey, look, this was one of my books that I listened to or I read in the beginning of my journey, and I still, read and listen to from time to time just to give me a bit of a refresher to stay on my toes, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what they're saying because they've been doing it longer than I have. And I'm going to be honest, y'all, this audio book, if you want to listen to it for free, as far as I know right now, it's still on YouTube for free. It is a bit lengthy, y'all, so it takes about close to 9 hours to finish, but it is well worth it. I would say just break it down into bite-sized pieces, listen to it 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, and take note of what you're listening to. Don't just listen to it just because. Really take note of what you're listening to. And the more you listen to it, the more you're going to gain from it. You're going to find that you didn't catch that in chapter 3, the first time listening to it, or maybe the second time listening to it. So what I would say is, my dog is over here just making all kind of noise with his nails and whatnot. But I would say, one second. So I had to mute out. He just kept going. Wouldn't even listen to me. So yeah, so I would say just listen to this audio book simply because it's definitely going to help you with just building a more solid and strong trading mentality, because there are going to be some things that you're going to be faced with when you're trading, especially as a beginner, and even in the middle of your journey, like when you've probably been trading maybe 2 years or whatnot, you're going to experience some more things that you didn't necessarily experience in the beginning. So it's just one of those books where it doesn't matter what part or what level you're at when we're talking about trading. It's just a matter of staying on top of it. And this is what this does. It really does help you with the psychology of trading. If you didn't know, if you weren't aware, if you're sitting here like, I just want to learn a skill, I'm telling you now, skill is not going to get you to be consistently profitable. And the reason why I'm saying that is because anyone can put in a trade. Anyone can look up and make money off of a trade. But people who are consistently profitable, that takes time to build. And when we're talking about taking time to build, it's your mentality, how you think about money in general. How do you feel before you enter a trade and while you're in a trade? If you are being led purely by emotions to enter a trade, it is going to be very hard for you to become consistently profitable. Once you start to release those emotions, and now you're thinking more so in probabilities, which is one of the things that I learned out of listening to this audiobook that I'm sharing with you all, Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. When you think more in probabilities, now you're like, oh, okay, so my strategy says this, and this is what is happening in the news right now, and the economy is showing us this. And now you put all of this information together, your strategy, what news is saying, what the economy is doing, or what it's showing you. You put all of that stuff together. You have historical data that gives you an idea of where price could potentially go. There's no guarantee. So when you're listening to this audio book, when you're reading the book, Trading in the Zone, now you're learning more about thinking probabilities, gather historical data, and that's going to lead me to make a decision when I'm trading versus, well, I think the market's going to do this. And and then you're emotionally attached to the trade. And if you should be getting out because you were not accurate in your analysis because you were led by emotion, you're less likely to exit the trade when you should because of your emotional attachment to it. And that's what Trading in the Zone helps us to do, identify those emotional triggers. It helps us identify some of the thinking that we may have acquired as a kid, and that may be impacting how we think and view the markets as adults. And sometimes we don't even think about that. Some of the things that we heard, experienced, witnessed firsthand as children, how it plays a role in how we treat, speak about, and think about money today. And if we have a poor relationship with money at the time, more than likely it's going to show up in our trading results. So Trading in the Zone is the #1 book for me personally that I recommend to every single beginner to make sure that they listen to. Now, y'all, I want to be clear on something. I know I just shared that, but I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm not a licensed trader. I am a student like most of you that may be watching this video right now. I'm a student, but because I love trading, I enjoy it, and I'm always sharing information anyway, I figured, well, why not? Let's go ahead and share, my personal experiences, some of the things that I've been able to do to help me to get to the consistently profitable side, even when I take some lessons in the market. Okay. But these are some of the things that I personally do that help me to push forward and stay focused on my end goal when it comes to trading. So that's number one. What books can help to increase trading profits over time? I truly believe that listening to Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is one of those books, especially for beginners. It should be your first read, period, when it comes to trading. Okay. And that's going to help you to decide if this is a journey that you want to continue on, or if it's a journey you're like, you know what? I ain't mentally ready for all that. So I'm just going to let this go. Okay. Being honest with yourself is what's going to help you. And another thing too, I want to make this very clear. This is one of the things that is a prerequisite for us to even have a conversation about me teaching anyone how to trade. If you are not willing to listen to Trading in the Zone, we have no conversation. Because that tells me you're not willing to learn. Trading in the Zone helps with developing a trader's mentality. It's one of those pieces that's going to help you to see your strengths, your weaknesses, before you get into a live market and put your money into a market. So yeah, that's my number one go-to is Trading in the Zone for every single beginner. That is a suggestion. It is not a requirement. You are an adult. You can do what you decide to do. But at the end of the day, I do not assist anyone if they are not willing and have not listened to Trading in the Zone. Okay. Number two, this is the second tip, but this is also, like I said, the questions that I normally get. Number two is, how do you bounce back, Leona, from massive losses when trading? I'm going to go back to number one. It's your mentality. And listening to Trading in the Zone helped me. It really did. It was a big part in me releasing the emotion. There was another thing that I did, of course, but I had to consistently listen to this audio book and then incorporate something else. And that helped me with releasing the emotion. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to be straight up with y'all. So I use something called a trailing stop loss. And I started doing that because I felt like that for me, and I can't speak for anyone else, but for me, that helped me with releasing the emotional attachment, because I set my parameters and then I have my trailing stop loss set, and then I can go on about my day. So if I take a win, awesome, cool. If I take an L, okay, let me go back and review. You know, what told me to enter this trade? And this is part of being able to bounce back. What told me to enter this trade? If I look back at the charts and I'm like, I would have entered that trade again. Like, everything lined up. What that tells me as a trader is just market conditions. You can't control it, especially if you check the news. You already know what your strategy tell you to do. You're not emotionally attached to it. You set your parameters. You went on about your business. Like, you know what's happening in the economy with whatever you're trading. So everything, the fundamentals, the technical, everything lined up. Then it's simply just market conditions. This is something that you will learn in listening to Trading in the Zone. And then another thing is, if you go back and look at the charts and then you see, no, I probably wouldn't have entered this trade. Now it's a matter of asking yourself, well, why wouldn't I have entered this trade? And if it does not line up with your strategy, your rules, whatever it may be, now you need to ask yourself, well, why did I go against my rules? Why did I feel the need to go against my rules when I know following my rules is what's yielding me more profit than lessons? So why did I go against my rules? Because more times than not, y'all, most of the losses that people will take, which I will say lessons, most of those lessons that people will take is not necessarily because of market conditions. That's every blue moon. I'm going to be honest. Most of mine were because I went against my rules at some point. Well, why did you go against your rules, Leona? You know, or like if I would have forgot to put in my stop loss because I was rushing. Okay, but you don't normally enter trades when you're in a rush. So why were you feeling the need to put in a trade while you're rushing? You see what I'm saying? So now you just have to ask yourself and answer yourself honestly. Why? Why did you put that trade in when you know that it's not a part, it's against your rules, or it didn't follow your strategy to a T? Or if there was news coming up and you say you don't trade, you know, whatever, when news is coming in the next hour. Well, why did you still put the trade in and then in an hour news was going to happen, and you know that there's a 50-50 chance that the trade may continue to go in your favor, and you don't like 50-50 probability? You see what I'm saying? So to help you bounce back from massive loss when you're trading, it's honestly knowing yourself and asking yourself those hard questions. Okay, just the same way we will go back and review a trade when we won it, we need to do the same thing when we take a lesson. And then ask ourselves those questions that I mentioned. And I'm telling you, y'all, it's going to help you to be less emotionally attached to a trade when you enter, and get to that point where you're honestly thinking in probabilities, you're paying more attention to your strategy, you're sticking more so to your plan, all of these things, you know. So it's not like you're not going to take any losses when you're trading. No, you need to expect to take losses, but how do you respond to that? That's what's going to determine if you are legit going to bounce back and continue on the track to being more profitable than in loss, you know. So you could still take a lesson here or there in a week, but if you've been winning prior to that and your risk to reward ratio has been exceptional, then you're still going to end the month or in the week or in the day in profit, because you got out when you were supposed to get out, versus, well, let me just move my stop loss another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pips, whatever it is. So that way it's going to turn around and go in my favor. No, it's not, dog. Follow your strategy. If your strategy says to put your stop loss here, then put your stop loss here. Okay. If it tells you that it goes there, then put it there, but don't move it. And this is how you're going to identify if you honestly are not emotionally attached. If you follow your strategy, your system to a T, you are not emotionally attached when you enter that trade. And the way to bounce back is by not being emotionally attached, identifying those things as to why you entered the trade. If you would have entered it again, if the answer is no, well, why did I enter it? If my answer is no, and then, you know, what made me say, well, do it anyway? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would just say. Those two things I feel for beginners, especially when it comes to trading in a foreign exchange. I definitely do not recommend any person that has never, ever traded before trade in the cryptocurrency market, because it's way too volatile. Okay, so it's too much movement. You have to have larger accounts. I would tell people to have much larger accounts when it comes to trading cryptocurrency, just because the way that it moves, you could be in drawdown very heavy, and that could mess around and blow an account, meaning you could lose your money in one trade if you're not careful. And especially as a beginner, if you're not practicing really good risk management and you have a very small account, trading account. So those are the two tips that I would give by answering those questions that I normally get. If this has helped you in any way, shape, or form, I need you to do me a favor. Like the video, share the video, hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. And when you comment, y'all, just give me one of those comments that is saying, you know what, this is what I learned, okay? Because what I want to make sure everyone knows is we have a 90-day trading bootcamp coming up. It started October 1st. And what I want you to do is think about this. There's a couple of options that you have. Number one, you can pay for it just flat out. Hey, I know this is what I've been wanting to learn. I like, you know, what you're showing me so far. It makes perfect sense. I love the idea of having 2 live sessions every single week. I like the idea of having homework, getting quizzes, you know, being a part of the community, having one-on-one time with you because I purchased a VIP ticket. Like, I love all of that. If that's you, go right now to the website that you see on this screen, and then just pay for it, okay? But if you're like, you know, Leona, it sounds cool, I just need to see like how this will work with my schedule. if I'm able to really grasp the information, like, am I able to really learn it and it makes sense to me, then I would tell you or suggest that you do the 7-day free trial. And here's why, because you'll still get 2 live sessions during that 7-day free trial. You'll get the homework, you'll get quizzes for that 7 days, and then you'll also get a trading journal as well. Plus, you'll be part of the trading community during that 7 days. On day 8 is when you are expected to make a decision. So day 8 is when you say, yep, I want to continue doing this boot camp. Cool, get your ticket. If your answer is no, that's perfectly fine. Okay. But at the end of the day, by day 8, you should be able to make a decision if you can see yourself doing this or not right now. Okay. So that's starting October 1st. The other thing is, y'all, in this description of this video, you will see the social media platforms that you can follow me on, but also to participate in the giveaway. So friendly reminder, y'all, I have a giveaway. I'm giving 2 people, two, because this is our second 90-day trading boot camp. I'm giving 2 people the opportunity to get free access to this 90-day trading boot camp. And here's why. Because I recognize that right now is a very challenging time for people financially. You know, honestly, we're hearing talks of recession, and people are already feeling the effects of what's happening in our economy, especially here in the United States. So what I want to do is give a bit of relief to the people, the U.S. residents here in the United States, give them a bit of relief so that way they can still learn the skill, but not feel the pressure to hurry up and make money because they've paid for a course and they're already struggling financially. So you have to follow the instructions. Number 1, you must be 18 or older. Number 2, you must be a U.S. resident. Number 3, you can click the link that you see in the description of this video where it says IG, my IG page. Go to that one, Prosperity Calls LLC on IG. You will follow that page, and then also make sure you like and comment on the pinned post that says giveaway. And in that comment, you must pretty much state why you believe you deserve to be one of those people to get free access to the 90-day trading bootcamp. And then the person or the 2 people who are selected, they will be notified on September 30th. So y'all, you still have until September 29th to put your name in the hat and potentially be one of those people to get a free ticket, get free access to the 90-day trading bootcamp that's happening October 1st of this year. Y'all, we're going to end it December 30th, right before the new year, because we're going to go straight into something else that I really enjoy doing. But I want to make sure that everyone knows that. So either you pay for your ticket flat out because you know exactly what you want, you have the money, you're not wasting any time, go grab your ticket right now. For those of you that want to test it out because you're curious about trading, I say do the 7-day free trial. That's an option for you. So, put your information in. You'll be able to get the option in to do the free trial, and then you'll have access for 7 days. Day 8, make your decision. And if you're like in a financial bind, I would say just put your name out there for that giveaway. You never know. You may be the person that gets selected, okay? Because we have two free tickets available for the 90-day trading bootcamp that's happening October 1st. So if you love this, like the video again, y'all, share the video, comment what you learned from it, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. So I will be back on here on Friday, next Friday. What's that? September 29th, 2023. I'll be back on here on Friday, September 29th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, y'all. So make sure that you hit that notification bell so you can be here with me. Let's get it. So I'm going to leave you all with my favorite quote, and that is from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he says to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. I hope that you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, weekend, whatever time it is and whatever day it is that you're watching this. I thank you so very much, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. So I see you next time, next Friday, September 29th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. I'll be live. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go.